Jonny is one of the rare few to ever cross Balthazar van Zepp and live to tell the tale. A low-level street dealer from Gilder Crossing, Jonny was absorbed by Balthazar's black network when the latter took over Dust Falls. Who was in charge of the local chemtrade didn't mean a lot to a scrut like Jonny, and for a time he managed to avoid the attention of his betters. Then, one fateful day, Jonny got in the way of Lothar Hex. Ordinarily, such a mishap would have meant a free bolt-round lobotomy, but on this day, Jonny accidentally stumbled out of a drinking hole and knocked Hex down, saving the infamous killer from a sniper's bullet. Dragged before Balthazar, Jonny would still have likely faced summary skinning or ash blasting, if not for the presence of Erasmus, the Mangler, Balthazar's resident rogue doc. The Mangler happened to be looking for test subjects, after he had acquired a broken murder servitor via the cold trade and wanted to see if he could graft its limbs onto a live person. As Balthazar was in a rare good mood, he agreed and Jonny was dragged off to the Mangler's operating table. Whether it was Erasmus's fear of failing Balthazar or just natural Underhive hardiness, Jonny survived the operation, stumbling out of the doc's workshop with a bladed cyber arm, a whirring bionic eye, and numerous internal upgrades. Taking the name Jonny Razor for his deadly new appendage, the scummer headed back to Gilder Crossing. Within a few cycles, he had risen up the ranks, due in no small part to his new gifts. It was always at this time Jonny discovered the obedience organs the Mangler had put inside him, his own body rebelling against him if he tried to go against the Narco Lord's wishes. Now, Balthazar loans Jonny out to gangs for extra muscle, and to show off the benefits and drawbacks of loyalty to the Black Network. Hello there, and welcome back to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and this is the huge series where I do a short video on every single dramatis personae, hired gun, agent, or special character, if you will, for the game of Necromunda. Now we are into the J's as we get through this. Please do like, share, subscribe, and check out the Patreon as well. Comment down below as well to get those algorithms popping off for me. That would be much appreciated. But Jonny Razor here, I really like this character, I'll be honest. And this one is available in the Book of Judgment, which is one of the better books, I'll be honest. Jonny Razor, there is no official model for, unfortunately. But again, this is one of those ones that you could easily convert and kit bash to make something really cool. You've got some really cool artwork there, so you could go off that and create a scummer with a bladed cyber arm and a bionic eye. Pretty cool, sort of half servitor, I suppose, by the looks of it. But Jonny Razor, how is he in the game? Now, this is one of the older ones, like I said, from the Book of Judgment, so certainly the power creep is real here. But this guy, let's look at the stats now, I suppose. He's movement 5, which is average. Weapon skill 2+, though, which is just fantastic. You can get better than that. Ballistic skill 6 up. Strength and toughness 3. 2 wounds. Initiative 5+, which is somewhat weird for someone who's close combat based. 2 attacks. And then we've got an 8+ leadership, 7+ cool, 9+ willpower, 9+ intelligence. So pretty poor mental stats there, but decent close combat profile. Skills baked into this guy, Jonny Razor, we have Combat Master and Evade. Evade's really nice. It just means that out in the open that you're slightly harder to hit, and also Combat Master means that you don't care about assists in close combat. Pretty cool. We've also got the bladed cyber arm, which is the same rules as a squat gem extractor, by the way, which is pretty good. And we have throwing knives as well. The throwing knives are there just for shits and giggles. Of course, this guy can't throw them particularly far as he's strength 3, and he's also ballistic skill 6 up, so they're hardly ever hitting. But it's nice to have, I suppose, as well as an extra. He's got flak armor and photo goggles as well. And yeah, I suppose he's not particularly interesting. He's fairly linear. He's going to give you a little bit of extra close combat oomph in a gang that doesn't perhaps have any. He's 125 credits as well, so it does make him fairly affordable. But I'd say that this guy is definitely better used as a hanger-on and probably not as like an outcast leader or anything. However, you certainly could use him as an outcast leader or a leader in an outcast gang. He wouldn't be a particularly bad one, but there are so many better options, I suppose. But I think the thing is, I like the lore of this guy. I think you could make a really cool model for him. He's got a unique weapon arm, which is quite cool as well, and some decent skills and stats there as well. So yeah, it's your call really. I think for 125 credits though, he's actually not a bad option to include as a hired gun. If you do use the Goonhammer patented bounty system, which we do in our campaigns, then this guy will probably pop up a fair bit if you've created a model for him. So I do recommend building yourself a little model for this guy. I'm probably going to do so after this actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I will go back and do a model, my own version of a model for every single Dramatis Personae at some point. That would be a huge undertaking, but maybe I'll do it. Anyway, that's it for me for now. That was Jonny Razor, over and out.